right, this is example 3 of lesson 2.6, dividing decimals by decimals. We're back to talking about Joe. He makes $8.30 an hour to support his candy corn habit. Macy, a friend of his, makes $12.45 an hour. By the way, /hour is just another way to write per hour. How many times greater is Macy's pay than Joe's is the question we're asking. How much more money does Macy make than Joe? How many more times? Okay, so to find this out, we're basically asking how many of Joe's hourly pays can we fit in one of Macy's? So we're going to divide Macy's pay by Joe's pay. So it will be $12.45 divided by 8.30. Okay, now here's the thing. Because we're dividing by a decimal, because our divisor has a decimal in it, we're going to have to do some reconfiguring. And I'm going to do the reconfiguring before you even make the decimal box this time. I know I need to move that decimal. However, I also know that I don't need this 0. So I'm going to do two things here. One, I'm going to ditch that 0 because honestly I don't need it. I can put it back later if I need to. But I'm also going to move my decimal place 1 to the right. And of course, what I do to the divisor, I have to do to the dividend. And because I only move the decimal once, I only have to move the decimal once over here. Okay? I'm moving the decimal in the divisor. It's the second number, the one that goes outside the box, because I don't want a decimal as a divisor. I need to have a whole number as a divisor. So let's put it in the box. Now instead of having, put it down here, 1245, I've got 124.5 on the inside and just straight 83 on the outside, and that's much easier to deal with than 1,245 and 830. I'd rather deal with 83 than 830 any day. So now let's go ahead and do some math. Does 83 go into 1? No. Does it go into 12? No. Does it go into 124? Yes, it does. How many times? Just the once. And we'll pop that down here. 83, because when multiplying, that was divide. This is multiply. Let's move on to subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. 12 minus 8 is 4. That was divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Now I've got 415. Ooh, I have an idea of how many times that will go into that. And now I'm back up at the top with divide again. How many times does 83 go into 415? Well, if I count by 8s until I hit 41, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Can't go any higher than that. Okay, but do I have enough with the 3? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Ooh, that goes in evenly, doesn't it? Nifty. So 83 goes into 415 5 times. 5 times. 5 times 83 we just established was 415. We can subtract and get 0. We can stop. We can stop here. Now, don't forget. We ignored the decimal for now. Now we have to remember the decimal. So that's just going to pop, 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 pop up here like a piece of popcorn. I know my lines are curved. They should be straight, but I can't draw a straight line. There's a 4 in the way. Okay, it goes right up there. 1, 2, 3 decimal digits in, right there. So the question is, how many times greater is Macy's pay than Joe's pay? And the answer is 1.5 times. So she makes 150%. She makes 50% more than he does. She makes 1.5 times him. Macy's pay is 1.5 times greater than Joe's. Notice that's than, not then. Than is a comparison word. Again, I move the decimal because I cannot have a decimal in my divisor. Okay, can't have a decimal outside the box. Can have one inside the box, but not outside the box. So I had to move it over one time, since I got rid of that pesky 0 I don't need. And because I moved it one time outside the box, I have to move it one time inside the box as well. And that's division.